Hey everyone, and welcome back to the POK podcast. As you can see, we are not in the same house anymore. This is our new house, which is why it kind of looks a little ghetto so far. We've only been here for, I guess it's a week exactly today,
Yeah,
right?
about just a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we figured we'd just kind of take today's little bit to give you guys an update on just kind of what's going on while we haven't been posting on Facebook, and it's really just been because of this move. We've
It's just
been a
been a
little bit
lot.
busy,
Yeah.
to say the least. Yeah, so we are still unpacking boxes. That's definitely not over yet. And if we look tired, that's because moving is a terribly gruesome process of picking up heavy stuff and putting it back down and opening up heavy stuff and taking heavy stuff out and then putting it in new places and then not liking where you put it and then put it into another place.
Well, and so the company that we have our like rental agreement from is the same company as the old house, and they have a policy basically where you can't like do a walkthrough of the house before you rent it. You can look at all these pictures, you can ask them all these questions, but you can't go to the property and go inside.
Because there's people living there generally.
Yeah,
They don't want you to like bug residents with your problems.
exactly. However, we did not realize when we moved into this house just like how limited the storage was. And so our old house was built in like the 1970s, and it was just like floor to ceiling storage. And so this house is much newer and much nicer, but um, we've just been like going back and forth to Walmart to get cubicle organizers and just shelves and shelves and shelves.
But let's just preface this by saying it's not a bad house by
No, we
any
love it.
means.
We love the location. We
Storage wise, though, it's a little bit lacking.
we got storage screwed. So we've got this whole wall over here now with the 9 cube organizers, just so I was not keen on throwing away any of my tools or craft supplies. So I was like, well, I guess we're just gonna buy a shit ton of storage.
Yeah, and I mean, I really like the house. The kitchen's a little bit nicer.
Hmm.
We
Absolutely.
actually have like a legitimate like living room area. I feel like now it's not just like a room in the back corner of the house.
Right, and the yard's really nice here.
Oh, that's the big thing is we got a really nice
It's a
yard
big
now.
yard. It's got a fence all the way around it, which is great for Diesel.
Yeah, because
I'm
we
really
got
happy
this
about
big
that.
old dog. He needs some place to run around, and we can't like we were worried at the last place because the way our house was set up.
It's like a
Uh,
drop off to the
Yeah, there's
road.
like a drop off next, like we had like this like segment of grass, and then there was like this drop off right into the road, and uh, like Diesel would try and run through those thorn bushes all the time
Well, and
too.
sometimes his like fetch ball would bounce down there, and we'd have to grab him before he tried to go after it, and so
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
just a
just a
pain.
pain. Like if you're a dog owner, you know this. Like you get nervous anytime your dog is even remotely close to a road. Or if you're like any of the other people here in Boone, you just don't give a shit and you let your dog go wherever you want. Uh, that's a pet peeve for another time.
Mm.
In other news, one of the other reasons that we've been a little bit slow getting back into the swing of things for the podcast is I also got another job,
Mm-hmm.
working at a vape store now. If you remember back to our CBD podcast, I was talking about how we get our CBD products from a vape store here in town, and that's the store I'm working at now. So, quick shout out to Mad Vapes.
Mad Vapes Boone.
But no, I'm actually really liking it. One of the biggest things that I love about it is that I get to sell CBD, right? I get to talk to customers and people just on the regular now about CBD and its medicinal benefits. There's like some legal kind of things that I have to be careful of now. I can't just kind of say whatever I want like I do here. Uh, but no, it's really nice. I enjoy the helping people aspect of it,
Right.
and uh, of course it's you also sell vaporizers, which is a cool thing as
When
well.
we both vape.
Yeah, we
I don't
both
think you
vape.
guys know that, but
Yeah, I thought we mentioned it at some point, but maybe we did. We both use vapes, and one of the things that I really like in addition to the CBDs, right, is helping people find an alternative to smoking.
absolutely.
And that's a lot of fun too. And I've loved it so far, and it's
Hmm.
fantastic. But that's another reason we've been a little bit slow to get back into the swing of things. Is that I have this new job, we're still unpacking stuff, everything's just kind of hectic right
We're
now.
just trying to figure out like again, since we weren't able to look at the house before we moved in, and shout out to our friend Fulton and my mom and dad just for being so awesome because we could not have moved all of our stuff without their help and
Absolutely.
could not have driven the U-Haul truck without their help or taken it back without their help because
Yeah, we got this big old U-Haul truck, and
listen,
I was like, oh yeah, I got this. Don't worry, babe, I got this. I'll just drive the U-Haul. It's no big deal. I am very glad I was convinced otherwise.
it's a terrible idea. You
Uh,
also told me we didn't need one that big, and you were wrong.
okay, I'm not wrong often, but this time I will admit it. You were right. We needed the 20 something foot
It was
U-Haul.
26 feet.
26 feet. I didn't recognize that you had that many sweaters. That was my B. I underestimated you.
Listen,
I didn't know you had 2,000 sweaters, fur coats and
I like my things, and I will not get rid of my things.
I hear you. Now you were right on that. We did need the big U-Haul, and I would have been terribly uncomfortable driving it,
Mm-mm.
particularly trying to return it where we had to back it out of our new driveway, which is all gravel, but it's a really thin driveway, and it's got like this drop off. We have like this.
There's like a creek.
There's like this gated fence that doesn't have a gate in it, and
It's nice, we promise.
and on the other side is like this creek that goes under our driveway.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like this little drop off, and if you're not careful, you can just run your car into the creek, and there's no way in hell you're getting out then.
Well, to preface that, we live in the mountains, so there's creeks everywhere, and there's like trees and nature everywhere. So most of the roads are kind of built around the nature. So you get things like that where there's like, oh well, there's a creek here, and
It
be
looks
careful.
pretty.
It's gorgeous nature.
On that note, okay, we used to live about 20 minutes away from town,
Oh Lord,
right?
yeah.
And we were perfectly content. We were like, oh, yeah, we don't get fast food delivered to us anymore, but
We don't need it.
we don't need it. We're going to be healthy. It's all good. Because we live far enough away, it's like, oh, we'll only go to town when we really need to. We don't have to like, constantly go back and forth and waste gas.
Right.
Boy, were we wrong. Okay.
It's been so
The
nice.
second we moved 2 minutes away from the Walmart.
Oh God, I've been to Walmart like 5 times in the last week.
Oh my gosh, it's fantastic.
Well, and tell them about. So I think it was the second day we were here. We had been unpacking, and we were both tired. We were both hungry, so we ordered Jimmy John's. And from the time we ordered it to the time it got here, it was like 7 minutes.
It was 7 minutes, and the other funny part, I won't say the number just for so people don't know where we live.
Mm-hmm.
But the order time was the same as our address, which I thought was
Was it
hilarious.
really?
Yeah, it was exactly the same, 3 digits, which I thought was hilarious. So that was kind of cool, and then it got here in 7 minutes.
Yeah, that
But
was
we
neat.
also live spitting distance away from the Jimmy John's as well. I
Yeah.
never, okay, you don't really appreciate how much you love takeout and food being delivered to you until it's taken away from you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we just like mentally justified it. And we're like, oh yeah, it's fine. Like I will just cook,
This
and we
house is
did.
a really good deal.
And like we were totally cool with it. Like we were, we cooked like every day. We were
Mhm.
super healthy. But then within the first week, we've ordered cookies, Jimmy John's like 3 times. We got sandwiches.
We got our daily bread today.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
a different restaurant today. We've already ordered food like 4 times. But in our defense, we've been tired.
Yeah, I think once things kind of even out, especially with your job and stuff, we'll get back to being healthy and cooking. But also, moving sucks, and it's been such a it's been like a month-long process of like, all right, I know the new house is smaller, so I have to get rid of some stuff, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, now I have to figure out how to store all this stuff because we don't have access to storage here, and so we deserve to be little fatties for a little bit, and then we'll get back to it. And I can finally go back to like a real gym now because
Right?
it's not going to be 40 minutes of driving just to go to the gym, which
Like
I
you
can
already
commit to.
it already takes motivation to go to the gym, right? And if you just tack an extra 40 minutes of driving onto that, you're like, no.
Well, I did shout out to Daily Burn. I did a Daily Burn for most of the year that we were in our other house, and I really liked it. But I also really miss weightlifting and doing like the Stairmaster and stuff. So I'm gonna get back into that. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, and now we might even be able to have like potential people to come with us to the gym.
Well, yeah, and then because our new friend, he's not really our new friend, but Fulton, who helped us with the U-Haul, him and his fiance came over, and I expressed my interest in weightlifting, and
You're
he,
getting a lot of shout outs this episode, Fulton, just so you
yeah,
know.
thanks so much, Fulton, and Lily, his fiance, just for being lovely. Um, but yeah, he expressed his interest in wanting to weightlift with me as well, so that would be super duper fun. I would love a workout buddy.
Yeah, no, and just kind of quickly getting back to the what we're going to end up doing with the podcast going forward, because I do want to take a little bit of time to do that.
Hmm.
So we are planning on getting back into posting regularly on Facebook and actually filming new episodes. This is again another one of those casual episodes. I know we've had like 3 in a row, which is fine. But we do want to get back into really the main theme of why we started the podcast, which is really just to have these conversations about topics that are often very heated, very
Hmm.
controversial.
Absolutely.
Um, and next up on our list of episodes to do is actually I think, a pretty triggering topic. And we're going to be talking about the abortion debate. Um,
Hmm.
I was a little bit hesitant at first because that's one of those topics that you're like, oh, I know I'm going to upset somebody, but that's okay. And I think it's one of those conversations that it's very easy just to have your opinion on it and then not really think about how other people think about that issue and then
Right.
what's their thought process. I think it's one of those. It's easily one of those conversations that gets oversimplified, and especially when you're talking about a moral argument, which is really the core of that conversation.
Hmm.
It can get real icky, and people don't want to go there because they don't want to upset each other, or they don't want to offend people, or they don't care about offending someone, in which case they do, and it just gets into this heated argument where neither side is really talking with any kind of objective truths anymore. It's
Hmm.
just, here's my bias, here's your bias, let's make a bomb.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, we got some feedback on one of our other videos, where it was very much this like, I don't agree. It's like, okay, well, let's talk about that. And it's like, nope, I don't agree. It's like, okay, well, that's not productive.
yeah, that's another one of those things that took me a minute to just like want to respond to. Like, don't get me wrong, I was totally expecting some negative comments when we started this thing up, especially early on when
Absolutely.
we're still trying to figure out the process. How do we even make a podcast? We, are just really getting into this platform. We're very much newbies to it. Um, but sometimes man, that, that, that,
People, man.
they'll just say some stuff, saying they disagree, label everything that you do or said as being complete, BS. And that's all fine and good, but we just encourage people to want to go a little bit further than that.
Exactly.
If you don't agree with us, great.
Super.
We're all cool with that.
Hmm.
But let's go beyond that. Okay, what is it that you know that we don't know? So we can incorporate that. Or maybe we had a miscommunication. Maybe we didn't portray a piece of information in the correct light. It's all this learning experience. That's what we really
Yeah,
want this podcast to be, is this mutual learning experience between normal people. You don't have to be some expert with a PhD in sociology to talk about any of these social issues. You just
absolutely.
have to have a good head on your shoulders and be willing to talk about it. And that's really what we want to do going forward. And we hope that you guys want to do as well. So we just encourage you, especially with this next episode coming up, which we know is going to be a heated topic that we're going to get hopefully some interaction on, or at least some opinions about.
Hmm.
We just hope that you kind of go into it with an open mind, and we look forward to having that conversation with you in a civilized way, in a way that we can all understand and appreciate each other's point of view.
Hmm.
So we're excited to do that. That'll be coming up soon. I'm still working out the kinks on the details of that, figuring out the structure of the conversation, how we want to take it. But
Hmm.
it's in the works. It'll be around. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
If you guys have any like affordable storage hacks, drop those in the comments below. Because I spend so much money on these organizers, and there's still stuff.
Don't mind me just drinking my
You
decaf coffee, because
smack it
that's what
into.
87-year-olds trapped in 24-year-old bodies do.
Yeah, it's like late. not limit. It's like 7 o'clock on Monday.
It's late. The sun's going down. Like we're
Sun's going down, big fella.
bedtime's in like 30 minutes. Just drinking our decaf.
Just drinking our decaf.
We really are old souls.
I agree. All right, guys. Well, I think that about does it for today. We just kind of wanted to give you an update. If you're interested in us doing a video on our new house, I guess let us know. We'll be happy to. We're not going to show you the outside, obviously, for safety purposes, but we would love to show you kind of what we're doing with it, and what have you.
Yeah, and don't forget, if you like what we're doing here at the POK Podcast, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell if you want to be updated with our new videos. And if you want to support us directly, we do have a Patreon program now. So if you want to donate directly to that or sign up for that program, you get early access to our episodes. So you'll see them 2 days before everyone else. And then you can also get to contribute to what topics we talk about next, which is always fun. So yeah, guys, we'll see you next time. And
well, finally, I would also say thank you so much for being patient with us.
Yeah.
For these last couple episodes.
Yeah, we know we went kind of MIA and went kind of a little bit lazy.
Super lighthearted. I don't want to say lazy because we were still working hard.
Yeah, just a little bit more lighthearted. Like it wasn't like as serious of conversations. We kind of we didn't have to like think about like this whole like plan of how we're going to address this issue. We just kind of got to sit down and talk, which was nice.
So thank you for sticking with us through that. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Have a good one, guys.